What's up, everybody, and welcome to the very first episode of Whiskey and Destiny, where my lovely partner, Chatty is Prime, and, I mean, you gotta introduce me.
Oh, and my even lovelier partner in crime, Jonathan.
Yeah, that's me. We are bringing you a special segment that we hope to do more often, called Whiskey and Destiny, as I said.
Brought to you by Cooldown Reduction.
Where sometimes we are playing Destiny and drinking whiskey, sometimes we're talking Destiny and drinking whiskey. And as the inaugural episode, we are brought to you by Bird Dog Blackberry Whiskey. What?
Yeah, that's a good plug.
Yeah.
And good whiskey, too, by the way.
It is. It's great whiskey.
Start out that it's pretty good.
It's just enough blueberry.
I like it.
And we are here on the eve of Gamescon and all of the information that has been spewed about Destiny. So we're here to talk about all of that and run down what we think, general player, because we like to think of ourselves as better than the average Destiny player.
Oh, absolutely.
Not in terms of skill, but just in terms of, temperament and ability to judge the game for what it is.
That's true.
Is that fair?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. I think that's fair, especially you. You're day one, so you have that going for you. So you've seen the game evolve quite a bit.
For whatever it's worth.
I've
also seen the forums.
Also, yeah.
The forums have not evolved.
No. No, sentiment on this game has not changed. But maybe that will change with the Taken.
Well, do you still believe that it is just the popular game to hate?
I still believe it's a popular game to hate.
I mean, because I will admit I was guilty of hating on COD without having played any of the CODs.
See, that's so crazy that you never played it and hated it just because they made one every year.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's a good reason.
I mean, I hate on the sports games too because they're episodic like that.
No, yeah, they should update rosters, but I mean, I still play Madden every year. I'm a big NBA.
Do you go back to old ones?
No,
you
can't. I mean, there's a group of people who only buy like once every 2 years.
Do they like the mechanic? Like, the ball physics are better in...
Yeah, actually. Or they'll be like, this new change to the engine didn't help. This collision detection is worse. So they'll still play that. Better ratings, different players, maybe. A lot of different things.
Anyway, let's get back to Destiny.
Let's get back to Destiny.
The Taken King comes out September 15th.
2015.
Is effectively Destiny 2.0, but not Destiny 2.
Not Destiny 2.
It is just an upgrade. Very much like the first expansion to WoW, the Burning Crusade. Now,
I'm not a WoW player.
You're not a Memorpugger, but I was a Memorpugger.
No, my MMO, it's just never played one on PC. I know.
I'm shaking my head.
I'm trying.
So I guess the biggest headline that we found out this week is that Peter Dinklage is out.
He's gone. And
Nolan North is in. Not just for new Ghost lines, but for all existing Ghost lines.
Erased him. Erased Peter Dinklage's legacy from this game. How'd you feel about Dinklage's his performance overall?
He has some moments. I mean, you gotta think, it's an AI. It's not like a Cortana AI. It's not supposed to have emotions. It's supposed to be a helper bot AI.
Yep, it's, just
But
plain,
at the same time...
borderline guilty spark.
At the same time, did you watch the opening, or some of the very first footage, where, the first mission...
the beta voices?
Well, no, the first mission where you're going through the wall, right, and it's real dark, and he just organically comes out. The player doesn't have to summon him. He just comes out and, floats about, and he's like, let me go rub two sticks together. And he, goes and turns the lights on. I feel like that was lost somewhere.
Yep, I bet there was...
But, I think the little light exchange is, some of the best there is.
But that's...
No little light. Don't do that.
Yeah, no.
Don't do that.
It's pretty good, but the rest of it, it's not... You kind of expected more from Peter Dinklage. But maybe that he did the best with what he had to work with, maybe?
I mean,
just slamming Dinklage on his performance.
No, but it's just...
his performance was a little short.
But I don't know that it warrants a lot of the hate because as a voice actor, first off, voice acting is incredibly difficult.
And Dinklage isn't a voice actor,
and he's not a voice actor. That's very true.
There's a clear distinction there.
And you do what you can with what you're given.
Yeah, you know, I'm just assuming he's never done any voiceover work.
Yeah, I think that's
so. Fair. And you know, it was new to him. He approached it. They gave him what they wanted the character to be, gave him a script. He did it as an actor what he was supposed to do.
Do you think he'll still be in the credits?
He's got to be.
Like 2.0, do you think if we go to credits, it'll still be there?
I don't know. Is there bad blood between them? Or is it just with the community? Because the community hates his performance.
Not all of us.
But Nolan North, wow.
I don't know. See, I don't know. Upgrade. I don't know much about him because I never played Uncharted, and that's what I know.
Uncharted. I want to just pull.
I've heard he's the Penguin.
Yeah, he does voice the Penguin in the Arkham series. Deadpool game. I wanted you to look at that. He does a great job with those lines. He also, because when he was at Comic-Con when they were announcing Deadpool 2 years ago or something. He voiced it. It was pretty great.
But like, does he do a good job as Nathan Drake? Like,
absolutely. He's a
what's his MO? Like, what's his thing?
I think the dude's like he did line delivery. Like he can make something humorous. Probably if it wasn't even funny to begin with, he could make it funny. So I think he brings a lot of character.
I just don't want him to be like, "Don't you fucking do that!" Like,
no, I don't think he's gonna do that. Not even once. I would be surprised. That would just be funny little blurb for him to shout out.
What would you buy DLC voice packs for Ghost?
Oh, good lord, no, because I'm getting Nolan North. So
what if Samuel L. Jackson
just curses at you the whole time? Tired about these motherfucking shanks.
or like Ron Perlman,
motherfucking Skolas,
or Ron Perlman as Hellboy.
Oh, would my ghost be red too with little horns?
Well, I mean, mine's already red, but.
Oh, you have that one?
I have
the Frontier one?
Do.
Look at you. Next you're going to say you have the Tumblr.
I do have the Tumblr.
Oh, of course.
Because I've got to give them my money as soon as possible.
You do.
Except now, I have not pre-ordered.
No, I haven't pre-ordered it either, but the incentive...
Because the physical versions are gone, and the incentive, which is the Suros weapon pack, is not that great of an incentive.
No, it's really not. It's not a great
but if we find out that pre-ordering lets us pre-download, I'm totally all over that.
I will.
Totally worth it.
Yeah. So.
But anyway,
let's dive right into it.
Let's just dive right in. We're gonna go down our list.
Gone.
The vast majority of stuff we're touching on comes from the Game Informer article for the September issue, I believe. So we're just going down, stream of thought. We're gonna nail these things out.
Yeah, where a lot of the information's come from.
Yes,
they broke a lot of that news.
So Taken King is the expansion. We already knew we were going to be facing down Oryx, the father of Crota, which they make this big deal about. Oryx is like, yeah, I'm gonna avenge my son.
Kill their son.
And it's humorous to me to think that like maybe they had this relationship. Did they like? Crota, like maybe Oryx taught Crota how to ride a bike.
Maybe you never
or taught him how to reave souls. I mean, I don't
destroy his first planet. Like we don't know, but there's some relationship there.
Is Oryx a hive? Is Crota a hive? Is he the Taken King? Because they do make a distinction between hive and Taken.
We gotta assume Oryx is the Taken King.
But is he the king of the Taken, or is it the literal thing? Is he the king of the Taken?
Yeah.
Because I mean, he does once he Takensifies something. Yeah. They obey him.
They do, but so do the Hive.
Do they? I mean, it has been said that they will be skirmishing.
They did say that, but maybe just I don't know because that's. Not only did they give us lots of information, they also did not give us lots of information.
They gave us a charming lack of information. How do you feel about the Taken as a whole, as a faction?
I honestly thought the first time when we got into this, I really just thought they were reskinning enemies. Honestly.
So you were one of that camp?
Honestly bought into that.
You fell to the hype on
I honestly
IGN.
fell into that, and I said, oh, yeah, well, you're just going to color a phalanx different. Well, I don't care if my enemies glow now. But after seeing them, I'm glad.
We're satisfied that it's
very satisfying.
a meaningful addition.
That it totally, completely changed.
Cool.
The enemy.
Yeah, why don't we we'll classify each like major change as meaningful, like hit or miss kind of thing.
Okay. Yeah, we're kind of just like
we're just doing it.
We're just seeing what happens.
We're just letting the whiskey
That's
lead the way.
Whiskey's fault.
They like to lead with the introduction, I guess would probably be the best word of quests. Kind of modifying and overlapping on bounties. They've said there's going to be a complete restructuring of Vanilla, Dark Below, and House of Wolves quests into specific story arcs that you can follow, and also that quests now have their own screen on your start menu so that you can track,
which is fantastic, because
vanilla Destiny story.
If there's as much as they say there, that extra screen's going to make a world of a difference.
It seems like that's going to be a big help to it.
But yeah, quests, lots of quests. They're extremely story driven this time around.
And not only that, but quests to get new items. So it sounds like they're taking the exotic bounty system even further to the example they give is the No Time to Explain, which is what everybody's guessing to be an exotic version of the Stranger's Rifle, Pulse Rifle.
Right.
Where no, I'm thinking of Sleeper Stimulant.
No. Wait, yeah. What? Oh, now I'm so confused.
Yeah, the Sleeper Stimulant fusion
It's
rifle.
one of them. One's a fusion rifle and one's the Stranger rifle.
Where you have to awaken the memories of how to build the weapon within the gunsmith. Which just sounds cool, and he's sending you out to do all that stuff. So the quests seem like it's taking a step towards that MMO feel, where you get to a town and there's just exclamation marks everywhere, and like go turn this in, go like quest givers, and that's a good feeling. That is always the best thing about an MMO is new area, new town, new quests.
That's exactly what they're trying to say. Everybody's gonna have shit for you to do,
and that's what we like. We definitely like to hear
all
that.
The way up to the gunsmith. And
they've also said they're adding a greater player agency and narrative to the story.
Yeah.
And Nolan North's reprisal of Ghost is supposed to be part of that. And also that there will be more cinematics, because the vanilla game is surprisingly light on.
And in that interview said you could skip them. So.
And you can skip them.
So if you're not into that type of stuff, or playing it for the second time,
you can't do that yet. You cannot skip cutscenes.
No, you can't right now.
It's one of our friend's favorite things to get people stuck in the first one on the reef, where you can't skip it. It's the longest one in the game. So
I made that one level, the last one in vanilla. It's the longest cutscene at the end of the game that you cannot skip.
Yeah,
and
where she gives you the Stranger's Rifle.
Makes for the worst daily. You don't even get the Stranger Rifle again.
No, it'd
that's
be nice.
The worst part.
It's just free weapon parts. I would love that.
I still have mine, and they did make me think I was gonna have to get rid of it because of them not wanting gold weapons in the game. Yes.
It also sounds like they're kind of bringing Eris back into the story, as we noticed in the cinematic, like just advertising the expansion. It is voiced by the voiceover is done by Eris, and which kind of makes sense because she led all the Crota stuff.
She went after Crota and failed, so she had some beef with Oryx.
Yeah, well, I mean, she wanted Crota. I think she more just wanted Crota dead.
Just wanted Crota. He did,
but she knows the most about the Hive, so she's probably the best we have.
Yep. I don't think anyone else at the Reef4 outpost, who would you say would know more about the Hive?
Well, I mean, the Queen, this is going to get into a lore debate here, but the Queen has a set of Hive wizards that work for her.
Yeah.
So the Tekken, and apparently they do things like they modify the existing non-awoken guardian, or the non-guardian awoken, to be better, like super awoken, superhuman reaction times and whatnot.
Yeah.
Like Petravenge is modified.
Makes sense in all those cutscenes.
And sidebar, hopefully they'll work in a lot of the the lore that's in the Grimoire.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, did they have any real response about all the... It's one of the biggest outlashes against... Maybe not biggest, but it's definitely in the top 5 complaints of the game. Mostly dealing with the lack of story. People really hate that. But they really hate that Bungie was like, well, if you want to learn the story, get off the game, go to our website, and you can read the story there.
Yeah, and the problem is it's really good.
Yeah.
Like the
cards
card
are nice.
The card for Skolas, like for beating Skolas after Prison of Elders, is probably one of the best pieces of fiction that they have for the game.
Really? I
Yes,
read that
you
one.
should-
I'm not
really
halfway
should.
through my cards.
We should do some dramatic readings of Grimoire
No, we
cards.
definitely are going to drink whiskey and do dramatic readings of Grimoire cards.
Alright.
Well,
They also announced that, and again, taking a page from MMOs, they're going to start trying to get bounties to more of a dailies status, and they are already dailies, but sometimes it's not something like get 100 assists in Crucible. That's a bit of a grind.
That's not fun.
And yeah, even assists aren't
Or
very
like
fun.
100 precision kills.
That's tough. Yeah.
That's a lot more than you think.
Oh, you missed original Queen's Wrath. It was an event like the second week of Destiny where they had Queen's Wrath reputation, and one of the bounties was kill like 250 Fallen with headshots on the moon.
There's so many.
It's brutal.
God.
And you
And
just
it
sit
was
there.
Fallen. It wasn't just enemies.
It had
was
to be Fallen.
specific.
It had to be Fallen.
This wasn't every bounty, but you did get these occasions.
Yes.
So
And-
it's nice that they're looking at
And they're adding an incentive to complete them all in one day.
Yes.
They didn't really give it a name, but I'm going to call it Super
Let's
Dailies.
call it Super Dailies.
Where you complete, say, your 5 Crucible bounties for the day. You get a 6th bounty that has better than average rewards, like legendaries and exotic weapons. So
Which is awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
It's
anything to get you more rolls on the loot.
You know, it might be a good week or a good day. You get all the dailies done. They're not too hard. You get the 6. You got plenty of time. It's going to be a nice little reward. I don't see how it could ever be a bad thing.
So, I mean, I'm pretty confident saying that quests are a hit. Or are going to be a hit.
Before they're even out?
Yeah. No, I think it's a very positive change for the game.
No, yes. Because that's, I mean, a lot of people will complain and say they don't feel like they're doing anything but just grinding.
And that is a big thing they said they're trying to address, is that just having that guidance and that direction towards your...
Which makes sense. I mean, I'm definitely glad, and I'm ready for this. I mean, but I was never one to think, well, yeah, I'm playing the same strike again, but
Me either.
Obviously, all video games are repetitive.
Sure.
It's hard to say.
But, I mean, you can hyperbolize that out to be like, well, World of Warcraft, oh, I'm either fighting a melee enemy or a caster enemy.
Yeah.
They're going to cast their stuff, and I'm going to kill them, and I will go do this 15 times, and then move to the next area and kill a slightly different modeled enemy that behaves the same way. So, I never really understood that.
But I mean, it's all opinion.
argument.
But I mean, some people really just want a linear single-player, story-driven experience, and that's it. They're done with the game. And that's totally fine.
Destiny's not for them.
There's nothing wrong with it. Right. This game has replayability in mind.
And it has to.
And it does it at a very simple way. Just like, here it is, keep doing it. You'll get different stuff, maybe.
So, in a segue to the next topic, we're going to talk about the addition or reintroduction of hard level and experience level versus light level. Details are still kind of scarce. From what we've gathered, well, first what we know the hard cap is 40, and that is solely based on experience that you get by completing bounties and killing dudes.
Nothing to do with gear anymore. Just
nothing to do with gear.
Just playing the game will help you reach max level, which that's a first. Really, well, not first for like games in general. First for Destiny.
Sure. But at the same time, light level's not going away. I've done it so many times already, but I'm going to compare a lot of these changes to what I know, and I did play WoW for quite a bit. So it's like eye level, or item level, or in Secret World, another MMO that I've played, they have the QL level, quality level of your gear, so that you can be level 40 and have a light level of 100. I don't know what kind of scale it's going to be on, and that is made up of all of the power ratings, light ratings of all of your armor and all of your guns at the same time. So it explains the screenshots we saw with guns that have the light stat. So the raid may say have a required light level of 200, and if you're a light level 100 level 40 guardian, then you're not going to be doing well in that raid.
Yep.
And that's fine. I think that creates the tiered system of gear that you're going to have, like the pre-raid set, like the pre-raid vendor set that's going to get you to like light level 175, and then the raid set gets you to 200.
Yeah.
So
I think that's good. I think a lot of people would be upset if they just got rid of light altogether. And they just said...
Wouldn't be upset?
Would be.
Oh, yes.
You'd have to imagine veteran players would be pretty mad to learn that all their current gear is worthless.
Well, I think especially given that they're including a 1 character per account boost up to whatever the entry level of Taken King is. So, that I'm already kind of a little miffed about that. Just because, that is a lot of work that we've done. We've played the game for a year.
Yeah.
And somebody gets to come along and jump right to the new stuff.
See, that's crazy because I was upset with House of Wolves. How I thought it definitely catered to new players and said, hey, you want to be 34, you can be it in 2 days. A day if you really want to. You could. So this one, I'm kind of like, yeah.
People were more upset when Dark Below came out.
Yeah.
Because you could buy your way to 31, and it completely invalidated VOG gear.
Everyone's sitting at 28, quitting the game.
So, I never really got stuck there, personally, because it took me so long to get to 28. So, like, when I hit 28, I was like, that's cool.
Yeah.
I'm as far as I can get. I accepted I'm not going to get to Vault.
Well, I think inherently, like, we kind of like exclusivity, you know? We like
Yeah, you like to have earned something.
Yeah.
You like it to have meaning.
You don't want to just be like, oh, well, I had to play the raid to get here.
Right.
I had to farm the raid. I had to
get all the shards.
I had to get all the shards to do this, and I can definitely feel how someone could be like, that's not fair. You know,
but the eye level or the light level keeps it a little bit more
the light
fair,
level
so that you can have like they can jump themselves to level 30 or like level 34, but their light level may only be 40. And ours is going to be like 100.
Yeah.
So,
and
hopefully that lets us go further.
Yeah, because especially in that in his Deech's interview with IGN, where he said that veterans will be like, you can't use your Fatebringer anymore, but hey, you'll use it that one time in PvP, and all the new players are gonna be like, oh, where'd you get that Fatebringer?
Well, nobody talks like that.
No
I think is the big issue.
That's never gonna happen, and that's the sad part. So if that's what they think is going to compensate for rolling out old gear, then I don't know.
Yeah, that was kind of a weak point in that interview. I think that his handling of the guys, like, well, what happens to our old weapons? Because it sounds like they're going to get equipped
so far,
pretty quickly, and
almost
and
immediately. Yeah, right into it.
A big problem with like in WoW again, like from what came before Cataclysm. Wrath of the Lich King. I had, I was starting to get up towards raid tier gear. Go to Cataclysm, first green that I get, like better than my raid gear chest piece.
Yeah,
and it's crazy, and it makes you feel kind of bad.
No,
especially because it usually looks less cool too. Like wearing a green doesn't look as cool as wearing a purple.
Yeah, and somewhere in your mind, you subconsciously you have to be thinking, I just worked so hard for this to get to the end of the game.
Yeah,
to put in all these hours to get this, and essentially someone's using real life money to buy better gear than I have to totally overlook hard work and time. And here's money, give me better weapons. It's like it's not exactly what they're doing, but subconsciously, I'd like to think someone could see it that way.
I haven't really
you could see an expansion that way.
Yeah. But WoW does the same thing with the level boost.
This isn't crazy at all.
You want to believe that even though they are restructuring vanilla and the other 2 DLCs, you want to believe that the Taken King content is still going to be better.
Yes.
And it sounds like it is just going to be better.
Not only is it going to be better, but it needs to be absolutely necessary too, in my mind. if they want me using these new guns, it has to be for a
and
reason.
Even the boost is almost like, okay, so they boost their character up, they play Taken King, and then they're like, well, I want to roll a new character. Then they get to play, and it's not have to.
Yeah.
It's they get to play the rest of the game.
Yep.
And that's good.
You could look at it, and I haven't even looked at it that way, to be honest, because I'm already sitting on my 3, so I got.
I'm not. I've got like 24.
Yeah, so and you still have room for a third character too, right? So
yeah.
So you'll get to like experience all of that. So that would be pretty cool. Like with new Nolan North voices, more connection to the story.
Yeah. I mean,
maybe it's the time to delete a character.
Start
a new one.
There have been threads on the Bungie forums about like, are you going to delete your characters to experience the new level? I kind of hope that there's just kind of like a track that you can set yourself on, like even if you've completed them all, just kind of roll down the quest for vanilla. Yeah. And just do it again, because I'd do it. That would not be a grind to me
at all.
And it's something that I would do without any incentive of loot at the end or whatever. Mm-hmm. So
I would do it just to experience it.
Yeah. I mean, that's a big thing.
That's not crazy at all.
There's also been whispers that, a la Borderlands, the more people in your fire team, the harder the game gets. It compensates, and because they did admit that, like, when you've got 3 guardians bringing all their firepower to bear on one thing, that it's not a fair fight for the thing.
No, it's really not.
It's all a guardian walking all over them.
Yeah, well, I mean,
which is as it should be.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm sure this might even tie in more to like the overuse of Gjallarhorn too.
Do you need?
Thank you. Yes, but I think it also ties into like maybe not necessarily their hate for Gjallarhorn, but their hate for how big the weapon got. Because I mean, like in those first couple of weeks of the level 35 prison, if you had 3 Gjallarhorns, you were
set.
You could have like. People were just trying to cheese Skolas as fast as possible. It was like, if we, in the first 2 minutes of the game, if we don't drop one over here, just swap. Yeah. We'll start over.
Weapons,
and I don't blame them.
Everybody just murder them.
Run to the corner, hit weapons, everybody like Gjallarhorns, let's get it going. And, and they addressed that. They took out the burn. But even then, 3 Gjallarhorns will do damage on any boss.
It still downs them real quickly.
So maybe that's incentive of why they did it even more.
Hopefully.
I did read that they were like afraid in strikes of people randos just griefing each other too much.
Yeah,
they found one of the biggest things they found were people, even strangers, want more teamwork.
And I don't know. Do you think we'll see raid matchmaking?
No, we're not gonna see raid matchmaking. Like I think I've said it before. Like the one thing they really should do is either create a new social space. Or just create a room in an existing, like in the Reef or something, where you can go in there and wait.
Like a war room?
Like a war room. They could even call it the war room. You just go in there, you post, you want to do raid, LFG.
Stand under the light that says LF for more, or LFM for Crota,
perfectly. And someone, and that works a lot better because when I'm at the tower, the last thing I want is someone spamming my inbox.
It's totally true.
And it's so sad. Even if I wanted to do the raid, I'm not gonna check because
Brandon
just
still says that since you signed him up for that looking for group thing, still gets random
stuff. That can't be possible because it would have to show up on the deal as like
he says
6 weeks
ever since you got him doing that.
Oh my gosh! I also don't have I don't see how people would have a problem with not being able to search in game. Like it's not. We live in a world of technology where you literally have access to the internet on your phone.
See, I'm one of those people though. I'm never gonna play raid without you setting it up.
That's fair. It's not that some days it takes a lot of work, and by a lot of work, it's minor. It's as annoying as someone hasn't replied.
The time that you have set it up, we got those horrible British people.
Yeah, not that British people are horrible. He needs to rephrase it like we got 11-year-old kids from.
You bumped me and the Aegis went down.
Oh my
man,
God.
We got these kids.
That was a funny story.
So confused. Brandon, in his infinite wisdom, because you have the left and the right portal, starts go Atheon's left or our left, and these kids couldn't handle it. They
Well,
couldn't
because
handle it.
For some reason, we weren't saying Mars and Venus to begin
I
with.
was.
I don't know. People
But
just
then they'd
kept
be like,
saying left and right.
which one is that? Is it Atheon's left or is it my right?
Oh no, he doesn't play the game. It's like, the hell are they talking about? But it's funny.
So
Yeah. Did we finish that raid?
yeah, no, yes, no. I think we gave up.
I can't remember.
Yeah, I think we gave up.
Some days, Atheon just has it out for you, and he's not gonna let you finish without a few hours.
Or you bump the kids on the
Yeah.
rock and
Yep.
that he just goes down. You can't touch them.
But that's kind of, I think that's a fun thing about the raids because
That people believe
Look,
stuff like that.
No. Okay, if you've never I was lucky. I had friends who played the game, so my first experience was the raid. I was under level, but
You're just getting run through.
they took me in and they said, "Okay, you just hide. We're going to show you the mechanics. Maybe you'll catch some of the gear, and you can start leveling it up. Whatever." And it was a great exposure to it because I could still work in. But yeah, if you don't have friends, then you don't get a good first experience, and I can understand that because.
And that's what happened to Carmen, I think.
You think he caught a bad raid?
No. I think he didn't have friends playing the game.
Yeah. No. Yeah, I think so too.
And that
If
hurts.
if he's ever on the episode, he can
I mean,
talk about it.
the reason we play Destiny,
Mhm.
a lot of it is just
The majority of the reason why
hang
I
out
love
with each
it.
other.
Exactly.
Yeah,
That's one of the biggest reasons I play because I'm normally playing it with at least one other person.
for sure.
So,
I mean, I hate to use the word boring, but I do not like playing on my own anymore.
I still can. I can still, if I have a reason for being there, I'm totally
Sure,
fine. Like
sure.
if I need to finish upgrading some exotic, I'm fine with it. I'll go run my dailies and my bounties. I have no problem.
Sure, that's fair. That's fair.
Queen's bounties, totally fine.
So we got a little sidetracked,
We
but
did get sidetracked.
light level and hard level, seems
Yeah.
like a positive change. So
No, yeah, it's a hit. It's a hit because anybody who hated the game or left the game because they hated the experience system in it, if you hate it because you felt like you were just grinding and everything was dependent on gear,
come back
Come back because now it's
a little less.
like even if you're awful at the game and you can't complete a raid, you can still hit level cap.
Now, do you think they're gonna keep the same very punishing level, over level, under level thing? Like where if you're one level below the enemies, you're dealing 75% damage to them?
I have to imagine why would they change that? Why would they fix that?
Because I feel like the gap between say light level 33 and light level 34 is bigger than say the gap between level 35 and level 36. I feel like that gap is bigger. And it seems pretty...
Feels like it should be, yeah.
It seems like it'd be pretty punishing if you're a level 36 and you're fighting level 38 dudes or something, and you're doing 50% damage. That seems pretty punishing.
It is, but was it... I mean, it's still pretty punishing to fight things under level now.
It is. You take
So,
increased damage, too.
yeah,
That's
so
pretty brutal.
Probably still treat it the same way. The same way
Fair.
you wouldn't go against... You wouldn't go into the 35 as a level 31.
No, you get shredded.
Yeah.
You get shredded.
So you might treat it the same way. What's next?
Next, let's just talk about the Dreadnought and the new patrol area. And
No,
we'll
they
try.
didn't give us a planet, but they gave us almost a planet-sized ship.
Yeah, it seems like it's going to be about as big as, from judging from the map that we've seen, maybe as big as Earth.
Yeah, I'm convinced.
Probably, it definitely looks bigger than the surface of the moon, not counting
Okay.
Hellmouth area.
Well, and you showed me that image of it
Yeah.
sitting inside Saturn's ring.
It's fantastic,
Yeah,
isn't it?
and I have to imagine someone's going to figure out the exact scale.
It's quite big.
Yeah, they have to figure it out because now we have the two images side by side.
And we also have that cinematic of the war sats
oh yes,
into
so you
the,
can even look at it
into
that way.
the asteroid into the ship. It's pretty insane.
It's ridiculous. I mean, obviously we're not
Now,
going to get that amount of space, but
did you catch the thing in the interview where it sounded like the raid isn't an activity that you queue for? It's not like you go to the moon map and do Crota's End.
Yeah.
It sounds like you just get your 6 people and you go to the Dreadnought.
Yeah,
And you go and start it.
Yeah.
And you go do the raid.
No, that's what he said. It's bigger than anyone
sounds like
they've
that.
ever made. It sounded different. They definitely said it wasn't like Crota, just starting
Right.
Crota. There's something going on.
And I think Vogue kind of had that feel.
Vogue
Like,
did have that.
Vogue could totally just start from patrol.
Yeah, absolutely. You just walk up there and start the, start building the tower. It could have completely. You would have think that.
So that and And it sounds like it's going to be the best patrol zone yet, I think.
Yeah. No, that thing he said about that the intro missions where you're infiltrating the dreadnought,
like setting up
yeah,
our ability to go there as a patrol.
sounded so cool how he said, halfway through it, you're like, oh, I'm going to set up this beacon for Vanguard. This beacon's going to be later to use for patrol. Like, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yes. And some of the best quests in WoW have that sense of progression.
Yeah.
They use phasing so that, like, as you do the quest, the zone changes. And that's really cool to have that player impact, to make players feel like they do have the agency. Because Destiny has that hard point of, like, you're supposed to be this all-powerful super guardian guy, but every other guardian has your same powers.
Yeah. And
you are not the only person with Peter Dinklage /
Exactly.
Nolan North as your ghost.
I mean, I am. I don't know about everyone else. Everyone else has the same. As
a quick aside, the speaker, his ghost model appears to be different based on what character you are.
Huh.
Because
never noticed that.
Brandon and I were at the tower the other day, and when I see the speaker's ghost, it's got little spikes going back. Brandon doesn't see the spikes.
What? We're discovering secrets every day.
I took a screenshot of it, and he sent me a picture.
Confirmed.
Yeah, confirmed.
Confirmed.
Different models on the speaker's ghost.
Okay.
It's also bigger than our ghost. By a little bit.
So characters having different... well...
I'm getting distracted.
Before we sidetrack, I'm going to go back to Dreadnought real quick. Since they first started talking about it, they've been talking about how it's going to be huge, full of secrets.
Secrets and loot.
They haven't stopped, even in this recent interview. That still seems to be a selling point. So, I'm still on board.
And that the blurb in the article about the worm spore item, or whatever it is, I'm super excited that you can just pick up this item and be like, what does this do?
What's this thing?
It's not a quest item. It doesn't start a quest.
Is it even anything?
Is it a material? Like, I don't know. That's really cool to me. And that
is interesting.
They've also said that you're going to be able. There will be points where you can, like, initiate a ghost scan and find hidden platforms.
Yep.
Or even just to pull up an extra bit of dialogue.
Yeah, it's kind of like that extra loot chest in the Vault of Glass, except I feel more comfortable about this one.
You don't think the 6th chest or the 7th chest exists, whatever one it is?
No.
I don't think it exists either.
No, of course
At
not.
least it didn't in vanilla. It may exist
That's
now.
True. It may exist now to cover
because
their ass.
They've said we're going to go into the vault on a separate story arc in the missions for Taken King. We're going to go into the vault and find out what the heck happened to Praedyth.
That's true. But you know they meant it was in the existing, that there was some chests were all over.
No, I don't think so.
You think it might be later?
I don't think there was ever a 6th
There's
chest.
not. There wasn't. It was just...
So, and they also said that, like Chad was saying, that there will be bounties, like you set up the beacons and there become, like, it is a quest hub. Almost, so the only thing it's lacking is like a social cooldown area, and it could just
be. For all I know, there might be like a little.
And they said that thing about the player initiated public events.
Yeah,
that sounds really cool too.
Much needed too, because sometimes waiting on public events was a
brutal.
Pain in the ass. Not so much now because we don't do them for any reason.
No, there's no reason to.
But when you had to, they were brutal waiting on them.
So that sounds really cool. And again, keeping with that theme of giving more agency to the player.
Yeah.
Which is always good.
Yeah, and that leads into, while you're on the Dreadnought, discovering the Ultra Bosses.
Ultra Bosses! I have it written in all caps.
Yep. It deserved all caps.
All cap. Ultra Boss. We don't know much more about it than that they exist.
Just like a sentence of it that was enough to excite us.
Yeah, and so that's really cool.
I'm excited about that.
That's always a really cool thing.
Yeah, Dreadnoughts...
It sounds like a great location.
No, yeah, and I really think they're...
So,
sounds like they're putting
tentative hit. It sounds like a...
hit.
I feel...
Give it a hit.
I'm gonna spoilers. I'm probably gonna give everything a hit.
Okay. I'll try to work in a miss. It just depends on what
Okay, I think I'll give me.
Give me a minute.
Shaders and emblems are now available. They are no longer inventory items, but exist at kiosks in the social spaces. But we don't know if you can change them on the fly anymore.
And that'll be a miss if you can. That will easily be a miss for someone who likes like me, who when I'm changing,
I got the shader ADD, man.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Like I don't run the same gear. No matter what they think at Bungie, I'm not running around in the same gear all the time. That's just not me. It's not fun.
I'm also not going to wear an armamentarium with chatterwhites.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do it.
It doesn't make sense. Exotics don't change colors, so my shader has to fit my exotic.
It's true.
Simple as that.
And when they give you shitty exotics like armamentarium grenade boobs.
Well, and then that's why you find me running around with no exotics most of the time, so I can wear
It's true. The legendary gear looks better.
Mm-hmm. It does. But I care. I like shader. I can't say, like, if they were gone, I'd probably get over it. But that I have them, I'm glad to collect them, and I'm glad to switch them every now and then.
What about emblems? Do you have emblem ADD?
No.
Oh.
See, I'm an
emblem whore.
I do not care.
I love it. I love it. I just bought another rare one from Eva Levante.
I love that you just run around buying rare ones. Like, who needs legendary ones?
Well, the legendary ones are the easy ones. You can go buy them from the speaker.
Yep. So, like, House of Wolves just, like, unloaded emblem after emblem.
It does.
Like, for some reason, we got an emblem.
You did a story mission.
Yeah,
you did a story mission.
You did it. So now, all of a sudden, I'm just overrun with emblems I don't need. I don't even feel like I earned them because I'm just beating the story. Like,
they're handouts.
I like the Crota's Inn from the Crota raid. You get it almost every time you play it, so it's not too much. But you feel like you've earned it.
The Skullus one felt like an earn.
The first time you get the Skull, but then you're like, I have the ship if I really want to be reminded.
The ship was cool.
But it does feel nice when the emblem's attached to something hard.
Yeah,
it's not a bad
for sure.
thing.
But the kiosks are going to tell you what you need to do to get a shader. So it will show you the existing ones, maybe even let you preview them, which would be really cool.
Which would be even better. And I don't see why not. You can already preview them from vendors. So
That's
why not
true.
be able to preview them at the kiosk? But yeah, I want to be able to do it on the fly. That's a big thing for me.
So you can give it a miss.
I'm going to give it a miss if that feature's
first and only.
It will also be a miss because they're freeing up that space in our inventory, but if that space is put for no use, like if they do nothing with that space, it's a miss.
Because
there's no reason to move them.
In our character inventory, what else occupied? Like they have their own slots, so that's really a wash in terms of freeing up inventory space. But in the vault, what takes up those slots? You've got shaders, emblems, materials and like destination materials and whatnot, and ships. All go like spin metal and junk and shards. So
no, it does add up. But what do you have? 9 slots per character. Is that what it is? 9 slots for an emblem?
Yeah.
So I'm running 3 characters at
plus
most.
whatever one you have equipped.
Yeah. So I think the non-shader counts.
For shaders, yes, but not for emblems.
Not for emblems.
There's not a non-emblem.
You're absolutely right, and not for ships. What for shader? If they, I have them spread across all my characters, so it's not too bad. But I had to do that though, obviously, to free up space in my vault. Yes. Once I did it, my vault has plenty of space. But at one point, there were too many shaders, too many emblems.
For sure, and I definitely, especially because although you can't get the same one, like the Crucible is real bad about, like Gilgamesh. How many Achilles shaders do you have?
Too many Achilles. Not enough Gilgamesh. Maybe 2 Gilgameshes ever.
So, because you would shard them or whatever and get nothing for them.
Whatever.
But I'm a hit on the kiosk, even though I do share your shader ADD.
I want that space to be put to use too. I don't want to just have empty space down there.
Sure, it could. I think they could have that space in the vault and let you keep a space for destination materials and shards and junk, but then give the rest of that split between weapons and armor and move it over so that
even if you made inventory bigger, so I don't have to. Like, I don't need my 200.
Well, they are increasing the quest count or quest/bounty count.
Yes, that's
15.
real too, which is awesome.
Yeah, 15 sounds like a great number.
That's
back in vanilla, it was 5. Yeah, before it was even 10. It was brutal.
After a few months into year 2, we'll definitely be complaining about not enough room at 15. But
for sure,
now, getting 5 more spaces for bounties is great. Because some days I don't want to get rid of this bounty, but I definitely don't want to do it today.
Sure.
So.
Moving forward, the whole thing about getting Crucible shaders that you have for the 80th time, loot system upgrade.
Yes.
So that
it's
weighted so that you will get less of stuff that you already have.
Take into consideration what you have.
And you will get stuff that is supposed to be better than what you have.
Yeah.
Well,
that's exactly how they worded it. That it is gonna. it'll look at what you have, and then based on that, put you into categories to get new things.
I don't know, though, that this might be my miss. Because I don't want to always be upgrading. Sometimes I want to get something to drop and like, yeah, this is actually worse than what I have. That makes me feel better about what I have.
My thought was maybe it would only...
Up to a certain point?
Yeah, like, it would really only affect exotics.
Greens and blues? Or?
I didn't think it would affect green and blues at all. I just thought it would mainly affect exotics and maybe raid drops.
That would be nice for raid drops, like if you already have the boots.
Well, yeah, because
don't get the boots again.
And I can only get that, ship so many times. What about that? Do you think they need to, for just
ships?
For scrapping ships? You think you should receive something for when you scrap a ship?
What if the ship worker has a reputation too?
Oh, and I scrap ships for reputation?
Or turn in blueprints?
Possible. What if she had missions to get new ships?
I would love that. They've shown us that bitchin' ship.
Yeah, that was
a really cool ship.
ship.
Back to loot though, they have also said that ghost shells and for Titans marks, for warlocks spawns, and for hunters cloaks will now have stats.
Mm-hmm. Which is
it's good.
It's great. We kind of see it with the Iron Banner class items because they give you a 5% boost.
But that's just experience.
But that's just
and
experience.
Now you don't have to do that. And now because I do find myself like I've got Future War Cult mark. Well then, I'm gonna have blue and bright yellow and purple.
No, you do feel a need
all the time.
Yes. We're one of those weird Destiny players where we feel a reason that we need to match our mark to. But I'm completely like that too. Luckily,
you don't wear Chatterwhite with the Future War Cult mark.
But to be fair, you just don't wear the Future War Cult mark because that's just a mess.
I love Future War Cult.
I do too.
Have you seen their shaders?
Oh, absolutely. But that matching with that Titan mark is hard.
That's why you just have to be cool and get Nineveh and Babylon.
That's
from them.
You just accept Dead Orbit and say I can match anything with black and white. You just take it.
No.
But no, But yeah, did you mention how you just commit to a faction now?
You can. Well, that's in reputation, but sure. You can pledge to a faction instead of wearing their mark, which is good because it would be a definite feel bad moment. It's like, oh, I need new Monarchy rep, but this other mark gives me bonus XP to my pulse
especially
rifles.
when that's the thing. Yeah, when marks are actually. I quit saying marks, class items.
I know it's hard. Marks, that's what they are. They're marks.
Titans.
I mean, it's the only class. So.
But. When they're actually doing things that benefit you more than just here's XP.
And that is something from the beginning. Even if it wasn't Bungie's intent, was definitely something we've asked for. Like that was a big kind of question mark. It's like, well, why doesn't my class item do anything?
Yeah, they were aesthetic only.
And even at that, they were all pretty much the same too.
A lot were.
Especially in Nilla.
Yeah, you had it rough.
Going on with the loot system, and we kind of touched on this earlier, that old legendaries are going to be obsoleted pretty quickly.
Basically, they want them gone.
Except in Iron Banner and Trials Crucible.
Yeah, it's just,
But that I felt like that was a shoehorn. That's a tough fight to win. That's a tough argument to make.
Still, that goes back to what he said in that interview.
Where'd you get that Fatebringer?
Yeah.
Let me tell you about the Vault of Glass.
The guy clearly was like, but I love my Fatebringer. And as should anybody. We all have our favorites. They're obviously better
I just have the Mythic class, so I'm not that attached to it.
That's fine. The only good thing about Mythic class is just...
Or not Mythic.
It's covered.
The epilogue. I always get those
confused. Yeah. As I said, the Mythic class is not, the exotic. But
yeah, whatever.
I thought you had one. But he said he's like, oh, you can still have your Fatebringer. You can
balanced Crucible.
Yeah, you can totes used it in bland PvP.
Because who does? I mean, honestly, the only time I play PvP...
How many people honestly play Destiny just for PvP?
I think it's a small subset.
It's gotta be extremely small.
But they're also probably the more vocal people on the internets.
It's possible. It's possible.
But back to the legendaries, they did say don't say dismantle.
But I don't know if he said don't dismantle because you can totes use it in PvP, bro. I hope that's not why.
He made it sound like there's something else. And I'm gonna hang on to it because I did get burned, and I deleted my Queen's Wrath chest and headpiece right before House of Wolves.
Yeah, so right
Dude,
before
have
you
you
get to
seen
see
those pieces of armor?
They're
really cool.
Yeah. I think one of my friends plays Titan, and he's running all those Holdfast gears that have the feathers and fur, like all those plumes on them.
From Dark Below.
Beautiful, yeah. Great things. You don't get to see it too often.
The Queen's Wrath head piece was so amazing.
That's a real thing. But they're not increasing our vault.
So
not
the
only,
don't dismantle thing that's a tough
huge,
thing.
yeah.
Half my vault is full of blue fusion rifles.
You need to get rid of that. you just need to accept you're never doing Pocket Infinity again and just get rid of those.
But I might.
No, why do you need to? Why do you need to?
I'm ready.
Why do you need to?
I don't know, but
okay.
Because my Pocket Infinity now isn't upgraded all the way. So if I get another one, it's a free shard.
Oh my gosh, you still gotta go kill all the things and not fall.
Yeah, but that's super easy.
Yeah, but it's
super
still something
easy.
to do.
So and they also I guess we'll just roll this into just inventory overhaul. They're getting rid of the class specific armor items in favor of just armor parts, so that you no longer and the claim here is that it makes it easier to level up between your characters, so that you don't have to worry about trying to get sapphire wire for your hunter as your titan. Now you just collect armor pieces, which is nice, I guess.
It's not. It's not a negative in any way. If anything, it makes it easier.
A slight minus on story, like just on lore factor. You do take a hit there because the Hedronic essence and the sapphire wire. That's all cool stuff.
Again, I don't. You know, if you want to level up, your hunter, go level up your hunter. Go farm the gear.
Get up your ass to do it.
Just go do it. Just go farm the gear.
All right, Nike man.
I'm just saying that's how it should be done. It shouldn't be like, oh, let's just whatever. We all share now. It's like those people who play like all the three same class.
That's weird.
Just to level up.
No, I have a friend who has three hunters.
It's a real thing, and I don't understand it.
It's pretty weird.
It doesn't make sense.
You can also turn in motes, weapon parts, armor parts, and destination materials for rep at factions, which I think is fantastic because I think like we're definitely not alone in saying like we've had 200 motes of light and nothing to do with them.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes there's just an asshole.
I think it's interesting that strange coins are left out, so that's still just a Xur currency.
Yeah, but I'm fine with that.
Yeah, sure. That's whatever.
It doesn't whatever.
Crucible marks and Vanguard marks are being rolled into just legendary marks to
I like that.
Purchase. It's nice. Hopefully, there's not a cap. I really hope
hopefully it's more than 200.
Yes.
Hopefully it's at least 400. Given
hopefully
that they're combining the two.
Let's see, legendary marks. I think that's all I have.
That was a hit.
Yeah, on the lead system.
Yeah, that's all. Those are all hits.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, we're happy to see where that's going. They did say that there's going to be some way of like if you have a bunch of extra legendary shoulders, perhaps using the extra shoulders to modify your current like the gear that you like to make it better. Details are real sketchy on that, but
not enough.
It sounds interesting, I guess. In an effort, kind of like Etheric Lights, to keep people from looking all the same.
Yeah. Speaking of Etheric Lights, they're done, I guess.
I don't know that they're done.
Asked?
They made it sound like that if you dismantle stuff that's lighted, you get the lights back. So that makes me think that you're gonna that there will be a use for them somewhere.
There will be. Because I mean, they said they're like he made it pretty clear though that your old guns and gear are not just going to cut it. They're not going to transition. You can't expand them.
That's a question mark.
And that was Etheric Light's only role is to send guns and armor. So maybe it becomes nothing. Mark. Yeah, it's a question.
It's a question. We did get they said that there will be 8 new missions in the opening arc. Yep. So I guess that's the story arc where we are getting a foothold on the Dreadnought.
Mm-hmm.
So there's 8 missions there. They also...
Which he called just like the first act.
Yeah, he called it the first act. It was the wordage that they used. We're also... Every subclass is getting at least one mission to kind of cement that subclass's lore and role in the game. So they kind of a learn to play your class. The example again given was that the Sunbreaker Titan class, you play a mission and you get like overcharged super, so that it's up every other second, so you really get a chance to have that power fantasy and learn how the super works without.
Yeah. He did say something funny in that though, where he's like, well, you don't have to wait like every hour to learn how to do it. You get to learn it all at once. I was like, well, I mean, you just patrol for a few minutes and you'll use your super more than once. But
we don't know if they're gonna have that level up like talent, like where you have to learn your talent tree again. Yep. Because if you're doing it with just like the jump, the grenade, and the super, that's way different than doing it with all your talents unlocked.
Yeah, it's gonna, like, if it's like the other three and you start from there, it's gonna be rough.
It is
getting up there.
And that is a daunting task.
Especially now that we're level 40.
Do you think that the character boost will fill out a subclass tree?
Oh man, do you think it'll fill out both?
No, I think
it'll only fill one sub.
If it does something,
it has to.
It will just fill out, or maybe half out.
If you think about it, like if they are gonna boost a level 0 to 34, it would have to touch the subclasses. Because
I still think it'll be only one, because I think it's going to be like, even if it's a behind the scenes how it works in a game, I think it's going to assign enough experience to the character dump it to him, and it's not going to be like, what do you want to do for level 1? What do you want to do for level 2? It's not going to be like a stopgap. It's just going to jump you up there and dump it all into one tree.
I'd really like that. You think it'll auto do it for you? You just pick.
Well, I mean, it'll just it'll unlock them all, and it'll just have the top bar completely filled in.
Yeah, and you just
yeah. So I don't know. We'll see what happens there.
I won't get the luxury of finding that out though.
Why?
Well, I won't get to experience that first.
Oh, that's right, because all you have max characters already. I'll let you know.
Okay, I'll delete one and see what happens.
So the 8 new missions just in that opening act. They also said that there's going to be an act going into the vault again to find out what happened, or who Praedyth is. Why does he, she have a sniper rifle getting revenge?
Why does he, she, it need a timepiece?
Yeah. So that's a big draw to me as a lore junkie.
It's more lore. Even the little bits we were getting from Vault of Glass were great.
They're fantastic. I think Vogue is still one of the crowning pieces of vanilla of Destiny Year 1 in general. Yeah. We're also getting 4 new strikes. For those of us like Chad and yours truly, we're only getting 3. One's a PlayStation exclusive.
But we get
a year. But we get Dust Palace.
Yeah, I was about to say we get the current PlayStation exclusive now.
It's and Hawkmoon.
And a Monte Carlo.
I really just want them to be at the Postmaster after a year. How great would that be?
That would be great. Just like a, sorry guys. And there it is. That would be great. But I'm fine getting it, whatever.
Yeah, sure, whatever. As long as it's out there, more stuff
more
to collect.
Hand cannons for me.
And that they said there's going to be new versions of old strikes. And that they only give, I think, Cerberus Ray and Dust Palace as examples, but no, and Sepix Prime.
Yeah, they got a few where you're talking about where
the Taken can show up, and sometimes you're just doing the House of Devils for Sepix Prime, and sometimes you're doing Taken Devils to do whatever Taken Prime is,
which is cool.
And not only that, but the in-game dialogue from your characters,
right, which I thought was really cool,
updates accordingly. Yes, that is very cool.
Well, I like that Bungie. People are vocal about there being no story, so Bungie really took that to heart.
They're double down.
They really thought, and they said, okay, you know what? We'll even make a strike not feel repetitive anymore by literally changing how it happens and the dialogue associated with it. And
not only that,
while you're there.
But they're now, and I don't know if this is a back change to old strikes or if it's just with the new ones, but there are different encounters that can happen. Like if you wander into a room and it's, say, a group of Centurions, and then next time it's phalanxes and scions, like, or they spawn in a different place, or even if you enter in a different place. So that's really good. Just
it does make
that extra level of replayability is very appealing.
Yeah, it'll keep it from feeling like the same thing. You know, maybe there might only be 5 instances that it ever is, but at least you don't know which one's going to be. So that even that guessing makes it different every time.
Especially if it's on an encounter by encounter thing. That's a bunch of different permutations.
Yeah, it is.
And hopefully, and I don't know if it will be better or worse if it's, because I can see pros and cons to each way. Like if it's set when you start the strike, like it rolls up all those encounters, and it's like, oh well, this is gonna be Scion room, this is gonna be Centurion room. Like, is it gonna be a thing where like, oh shit, we got Scions, go to orbit, restart?
Yeah, exactly. Where it's like, oh yeah, this is too hard.
So that'll be interesting.
Yeah, it will be
to see
we'll
how
that works.
Because people are always gonna take the easiest thing.
No,
that's always gonna be a thing.
As soon as these drop.
So.
People are going to playtest the shit out of these to figure out the best
out the easiest, least work way. So,
but
that's
guess
how people are.
That's just how you do that in any game.
Yeah.
Like, it's not new to Destiny.
We're almost out.
Of whiskey? Oh, no.
Well, that too, but...
Oh, really? I was just joking.
Would you like more?
Nah, okay. I guess I got 2 sips left.
I mean, I'll give you the last chug, if you want to chug.
So tempting.
And think about it. We'll talk about Crucible maps.
We'll get there later.
The Crucible is getting 8 new maps, or 7 for us Xbox players. Sounds like they're going to a lot of cool new areas too.
The few we saw looked cool.
They did look cool. I think fighting on the tower is going to be really cool.
Yep.
The Oasis on Mars with the man cannons.
Cool too.
Bungie loves their man cannons.
Yes.
So we've got those back.
Get those back.
Hopefully. And it looked like Oasis actually had this but long sight lines. They were no. If you noticed in that gameplay, no shotguns. It was all sidearms and fusion rifles.
I'm assuming they're playing with the 2.0 update, where shotguns range is
gimped pretty hard.
Yeah.
So
I'm assuming because they were also playing with the auto rifles, so I think that speaks
a lot to
what version
they were playing with auto rifles and pulses.
Yeah.
We didn't see any.
We saw
scouts.
We didn't see a sniper.
We did not see a sniper in use.
Didn't see a rocket.
We didn't see. What's the other? It's auto pulse.
Oh, we're going through primaries.
Oh, hand cannons. We didn't see any hand cannons in use. We saw them running around with them, but we only saw the sidearms.
We definitely really only we saw a lot
and fusion
of that
rifles.
Scout rifle.
Yes, but that Omelon Scout rifle.
Yeah, I know you love it. It does look good.
So we'll talk about Foundries next.
Yeah,
but Crucible is introducing 3 new game types. Originally it was just 2, but now we know about the 3rd. I'm really excited for Zone Control because as in my Halo time, I love pure objective things like capture the flag and assault.
Yeah.
Those are my jams. So what?
No, those are my jams.
Those are my jams.
I've been drinking this whiskey for a little bit. Things are a little funnier now.
That's the whole point of Destiny and whiskey.
Yes, it is.
So the Rift game type seems like it's going to be pretty cool. I like that you get points just for making it pretty far with the bomb. That seems pretty cool.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe that point's there because it is hard to make it far.
Maybe, yeah. I mean, we don't know. It doesn't seem like it confers any sort of buff to you in terms of mobility or durability.
Yeah.
And it actually highlights you, so it definitely doesn't decrease your visibility. But you get those quadra kills off of the dumps.
And it's there's not really... We don't have anything like that right now. We're just playing controls. We're playing...
Or salvage.
or salvage when it's here.
But even that, it's not like Halo was, or like Call of Duty, where when you had the objective, that was what you had. You were holding the flag. You were holding the bomb.
Yeah.
You had the briefcase. Now you've got the spark, and you carry this
and go dunk it.
Yeah, go dunk it.
Go jam town.
Are you gonna go for the style jam every time?
Every time.
Is it a rule that you have to?
It's a rule for me personally that I have to.
Because I feel like I'm
No matter
not.
what.
I'm not gonna go for the style dunk.
I can see where you'll make arguments where like, well, okay, this bounty today says I just need to score. So
Oh
I'm
shit!
just
What
score.
am I gonna do if it says you gotta do style dunks?
Then you're gonna fucking
I'm
style
probably
dunk.
not gonna do that daily. But then I don't get my super daily.
Then you don't get your super daily.
Man,
why would you want to style dunk all over the place?
that's not how my defender
That's just not
Titan
your
plays.
style. Huh?
That's a striker Titan thing.
Oh, okay. Well, we're not gonna be either of those ever. Doing that.
No, we're
Because-
only gonna throw hammers and pop bubbles.
Yeah, it's we'll
Pop
never be
bubbles with
striker
hammers.
again.
So, and yeah, the Mayhem, which was the increased super.
Yeah.
We noted that in the gameplay video, the Mayhem scoring is crazy.
Yes.
A kill
I don't
is
know
worth
if that's how it's
1,000.
gonna be, but yeah.
Well, okay, so but now I'm thinking about it. What if we just take a 0 off? It goes back to regular scoring.
Absolutely.
So
But
maybe that's just Mayhem's draw. Is that there's an extra 0 on things. Big
They
numbers.
like that. Yeah, you just
Big
scored
numbers.
1,000.
Hey, that's a feel good moment.
Well, in your mind, you'd like to think that people are going to be
That's
dying
worth.
back and forth, just all over.
True,
the
that's
place.
true. That it's going to be real swingy.
I mean, because we're talking about like, just one super hitting, knocking out 5 people potentially.
Yeah, and that's going to be awesome.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, yeah, it seems like it'll be fun. Hopefully,
it'll be fun.
Hopefully they also. I mean, I wasn't a big fan of the game type, but hopefully they make Inferno a regular playlist. I mean, I am worthless without a motion tracker. That is the biggest hindrance. I don't miss my super. I need that motion tracker, especially if I don't have surround sound and I can't hear where people are. It's pretty hard for me.
I can see that. I mean, Halo kind of made us say, "Hey, accept
Motion
this."
trackers are fantastic.
Like they kind of force that into our lives.
I've got 2 left. 2 things
Oh
left.
man, really?
Yeah. Unless when I finish, you can think of anything else. This is
try.
a kind of a minor. I'm gonna give Crucible a hit and Loot System a hit.
I'll give it a hit because they're just adding. They're not changing anything, so
Woo.
it's not gonna hurt.
Stats. This is kind of a minor thing, but instead of percentages to your fullness on a stat, like if you have 88% intellect or whatever, we're now going to be able to see the tiers.
Yeah.
And what each tier, like if you've got like tier 1, 2, and 3 is max, like tier 3 is 80% cooldown reduction, 2 is 50. Hey, cooldown reduction.
Hey,
that's
whoa.
us. That is us. So that'll be. I think that's good. That's always a positive. I like to know more about what my stats do.
Yeah,
So that's always a
I
positive
doubt there's
for me.
anyone out there who's just like, no, I need my percentages that really don't fall in line with.
I'm
the
sure we could find
percentages as
somebody.
a whole. Yeah,
I'm sure we could find somebody.
Because this guy's probably like devoted his life to figuring out what that percentage exactly means.
Yes.
Like people who make weapon spreadsheets, like he knows.
And the last thing is the changes to the gunsmith.
I wanted to say miss just because I didn't say it a lot, but it's fine with me. It sounds fun. Just another guy with quests and a reputation.
Yeah, I mean he's got his but you can check. They're like library guns.
Yeah.
You can check them out and go
And
kill
use
like
them
Hive
to
on the
build
dreadnought
reputation.
and
Like it's kind of
get
fun.
rep. And the arms
And
day.
then you order guns from
The gun order thing is
that was pretty
what
cool.
how cool would it be if it like gives you a magazine, you like flip through and order a gun out of it? That'd be fantastic.
Maybe it'll be like a hologram magazine. You can slide it. Think we would actually have like paper magazines?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I do.
Okay. That's fine. Get paper.
So that's all.
So many guns.
That's all I've got.
Yeah, I don't feel the need to talk about like
No, because
previous
well, yeah, we a
updates.
lot of the other stuff we know, like the Destiny gun 2.0 update and everything. That's old news by now. So I think that's fair to gloss over.
Yeah. I like to. Oh well, no, yeah, that's old news. Never mind. I was going to talk about Thorn and Gallahorn, but that's old.
That's all balance
That's
issues.
old
So
news.
I'm sure you.
So- I mean, it's relevant to the Taken
Then
King,
belt
but we already
then
know it.
beat to death.
Yeah.
So this
But-
concludes episode 1 of Whiskey and Destiny and Whiskey. So tune back next time, and we'll get you another episode. Maybe we'll play, or maybe we'll talk more. We don't know yet, but make sure to subscribe for more videos. Check out the Cooldown Reduction Facebook page, and like and subscribe for more. Thanks, guys.
Yeah.
Have a good weekend. Bye.